Time to play the game. Time to play the game.
What's going on? So, who's ready for Facebook and Twitter? Looks like we're going to be getting the beta pretty soon, probably by the middle of the month. And I think the UK is actually going to go live on November 17th, so whoop-de-friggin' do. I just don't see these two applications being something that the console needs. I know a lot of people use them, but I personally don't. I don't have my own personal Facebook, and I don't have my own personal Twitter. So, and I believe you're going to have a gold membership to take advantage of this service, which I don't know. You know, it's ridiculous. Let's see. EA is getting sued by a fan of the Cleveland Browns. It seems that EA put a likeness of the dog pound, the guys that hang out and they're dressed like dog. I don't know. I just didn't do the research, but if you've seen a Cleveland Browns game, you always see this guy. He's got the mask on. He's got like a construction worker hat on, and he's I guess he's a season ticket holder. He's and I guess EA decided to put him in the game. I guess they thought it would just be like a compliment to him. And they didn't ask his permission. So guess what? He's suing them for, I guess, money. So because they used his likeness, and I can't blame him. So I mean, really, what the hell was that all about? All right, I want to get into some stuff along the lines of reviews, because we keep hearing all this stuff about how reviews and reviewers are getting paid off to write good reviews, and case in point is right here, something that I read that Ubisoft is actually going to fly a bunch of reviewers from the different sites over to Italy to review Assassin's Creed 2. What the fuck? Sending someone a gift basket with some cool shit in it, like, a hat or, 360 hat, or, a PlayStation Sony t-shirt or something like that, or Assassin's Creed swag, or, just stuff like that is fine. You're trying to sway, to have the reviewer, think about the game and stuff. But, in all honesty, it all comes down to how the game plays. Just trying to buy off somebody with gifts and stuff, it's just, I mean, you're lying to the consumer. If the game sucks, tell us the game sucks. I mean, case in point, Kane and Lynch. Remember Kane and Lynch? Some guy reviewed it and gave it a crappy review, and then he got fired. So, I mean, he was honest. I didn't play the game. I had a bunch of people tell me that the game sucked, and honestly, Ubisoft, Assassin's Creed 1 sucked balls pretty much anyway. I mean, it was very repetitive. It was a beautiful game to look at. Don't get me wrong. One of the things that kept me playing it was the fact that it was so nice looking in 1080. I mean, absolutely gorgeous game. But I just got tired of doing the same thing over and over again. And it's just, if that's how AC2 is going to be, then you're fucked. And you probably should have to buy off reviewers. But, then there's some things going around, of course, by the anti-Microsoft brigade. Yes, the Sony fanboys stating that, the Fraza crew and Microsoft bought off scores for Fraza Motorsports. I mean, to the tune of something like ridiculous amounts of money in the millions of dollars, which I think is absolutely ridiculous. I don't think they would spend that much on one game. Really, are these reviewers being bought off? Are they really being truthful? I mean, again, you can look at the way what was another game that's getting a lot of flack, and again, it's Uncharted. Somebody, I think Game Trailers gave it 9.3, and right away everybody was up in arms, but this guy was just being truthful, and right away people just got pissed off, saying that the game deserves a 10. If you're gonna go by reviewers, and live and die by your purchasing, if you're gonna let the reviewers decide what you're gonna buy, you might be in for a major disappointment. I mean, I just don't get it. How are we supposed to take anybody's opinion truthfully if the guy's walking around with Rolex watch because Microsoft or Sony gave it to him for reviewing their next big game. Particularly, I mean, it's getting kind of ridiculous. I mean, you don't know who to trust anymore. It's business and it's the way of the world, I guess. So the other night, a couple of us were playing Halo 3, and we started boosting some of our achievements because we suck at Halo multiplayer, and we found that if we went into a social match with enough people, that we could get some of the achievement points. Case in point, like the 5 hammer kills on Assembly, and the assassination kills, and the ghost splatter spree. So we boosted a couple of those, and we started thinking about, is this really a form of cheating? Is boosting your achievement score cheating? I mean, obviously, if you're a hardcore player and stuff, you want to try and get most of that stuff legit. But I mean, it's just a score. It's just a couple of numbers. It really doesn't mean anything. Most people look at the score and are, when it's in a higher number, are somewhat impressed. But is it wrong to cheat to boost your achievement score with easy stuff like that? Where I mean, obviously Bungie must have known that if we went into a social match, if you allow the achievements to be gained in a social match like that, where 8 people go in and you go in under the social gameplay and you hit Team Slayer, you can get the achievements, and of course lots of people just hey, instead of just that, everyone just sort of the one team win lets the other team win. And again, this is not this is something that a self-respecting Halo player would do, but lots of people do it, and I've spoken to a lot of my friends and a lot of gamers who do a lot of boosting. And right now people are boosting on Gears of War 1 because it's easier to you can set your own gameplay parameters and seek out that game, and then you and a bunch of friends are in there, and it's considered a ranked match, and if you're missing some of the weapon achievements, you can grab them. But is boosting really a form of cheating? I mean, is it any big deal? I mean, it's not like glitchers who go into these games and stuff. Case in point, Call of Duty World at War, there was a glitch where you could go under the map and sit under there and just basically kill everybody, and no one could kill you, and you could end the match 90-0. So I mean, that's pretty nasty. I know there were a lot of glitchers back in the old Halo 2 days, guys who used to do some stuff with I know the flag, capture the flag. You used to be able to grab the flag from underneath the floor. It would just, if you just jumped up underneath the flag and hit the grab button, you could actually pull the flag through the floor. That was way early in the Halo days. It got fixed. I know there's a bunch of glitches. God, there's glitches in Gears of War 2. With the shotgun and the shield and just that. And there's supposed to be a title update to fix all this stuff again, but who knows? That's cheating. If you're in the multiplayer match and you find a hole in the map and you go into that hole and you basically slaughter everybody and no one can get to you, that's pretty much cheating. And it's just a video game. If you find yourself you have to cheat at a video game, then you really have some serious mental issues. If that's going to boost your ego, that you beat everybody at a video game and you cheated. So, but definitely modding is probably the worst form of cheating, and that is hardcore cheating. I mean, come on. Anybody from the Halo 2 days knows about modders when they used to jump up to incredibly high points on lockout, and basically they could snipe from there. It was almost impossible to get them. And then of course there was the flying warthog on a couple of the maps that you could mod, and then there was the tank who could shoot the it would shoot like the Wraith. The tank would shoot the Wraith ammo, but in machine gun speed. So it was just crazy. I mean, there were some crazy mods you could see there, and guys would turn invisible at will. It's just really ridiculous. And I know back in the SOCOM days you could find a lot of glitching and modding being done, which was kind of sad. But that pretty much, I mean, if you're doing that now, you're just, you're pathetic. It's just ridiculous that you would even, think to even want to really get down to it and cheat. I mean, where you're actually making a serious effort. You find a glitch. Oh, here's a glitch. That's one thing. But if you're actually modding your console or somehow altering the software on the disc or anything like that, you're just a scumbag.